Hey everyone, welcome to AWS series episode 27. In this episode, we are going to discuss about AWS Transfer Family. AWS Transfer Family is fully managed platform as service capabilities of AWS, which offers fully managed SFTP, FTP, and FTPS services. With that, you can create any of these services and manage it fully managed service. You don't have to manage the server at all. The server and the infrastructure is fully managed by the AWS, and the costing is managed through the amount of data which you are transferring on these FTP or SFTP server. If you look at this particular console window here, so in this case, if you see for any of the file transfer, like per GB costing is $0.04 per GB, which is very costly if you are referring to the amount of data which you would like to transfer over the SFTP, right? How it set up the FTP or SFTP on the AWS managed SFTP server with Transfer Family. Basically, it requires two services. One is the S3 bucket. So behind the scene, it uses the S3 bucket to store your files, manage your files, or any file which is already exist in the S3 bucket. You can control it through the SFTP channel with the SFTP protocol, which is port 22, or you can also use the Elastic File Server, which is EFS services, and you can configure the SFTP with the EFS option as well. In this video, I'm going to give you a demonstration of configuring the SFTP server with the S3 bucket option. So let's begin. For that, first of all, we need to create an S3 bucket. So here are the list of steps which I need to perform. First of all, I need to have the AWS active account with the appropriate IAM permission, which I have. I'm using the root account and I've logged in with my root account. So let's create a very first step and let's create a S3 bucket. So for this, I'm opening the console of the S3 bucket in the different window, and here I'm going to create a new S3 bucket. At the moment I don't have any, so I'm going to simply copy the name of the SFTP of the bucket. Let's give the name of the S3 bucket. Make sure that the name which you give must be unique globally, hence I'm adding the suffix which is 001 to ensure that the bucket is globally name is unique. The rest of the settings like block public access settings for this bucket is going to remain as is, which means that we would like to restrict the public access to this particular bucket. So I'm going to keep the default setting as is. Let's click on create the bucket. And this is the bucket basically going to use to manage your SFTP data. So the bucket is ready. Now let's create an IAM role. So for IAM role, I'm going to open the IAM console. So let's open the IAM console here in the next tab. And here we need to create the user or role, not user. I need to define a role. So let's click on create role. Then select the AWS service, which is mentioned here, and select the use case as the transfer. Let's search for transfer. Click on next. Here on the permission, make sure you are selecting the permission as, let's say, AWS S3. Let me just search for S3 full permission and on S3 full access. And let's click on next. The permission is created. Now, before I create the permission, let me just give it a name to the role. I'm giving it the role as the S3 bucket role. Click on create role. Role is getting created now. This role is successfully created. So let's look at and verify the role. Now simply search for this role. This is the role which we have just now created. Now we can go to the next step, which is creating a logging for IAM role, which is recommended. But for now, we don't want to have any logging for this SFTP because we don't want to set up a CloudWatch account and all those things for this particular demonstration. But if you want, you can create that. Now we can go and create the SFTP server with AWS Transfer Family. So I'll be opening the first tab, which has the AWS Transfer Family. So you can search for AWS Transfer Family, and then this is the console you will have. So if no servers are created, you can simply click here on the create server. If the servers are created, you can simply open this link and find all the servers which are available. You can configure that. Just click on create server, select the default option as is, which is the SFTP option, because we are going to create the SSH SFTP option for the file transfer protocol. Just click on next. Keep the service managed option by default. You don't need to change anything. Next option is publicly accessible. As it is mentioned here, we are going to keep it the publicly accessible option as is. Select the domain option as the Amazon S3, because we are going to set up the SFTP with the S3 bucket. So I'm going to keep it as is. Just click on next to define the configuration details or any other configuration details. So at the moment, we don't want to have any other workflow setup from this particular S3 bucket. For example, when the file arrives or read or write by this particular SFTP, then do you want to set up any or trigger any workflow, then you can mention the name of that particular workflow. Otherwise, you can ignore it. And then I can click on next. Finally, review the changes and then create a server. So when you are going to create a server, it will basically create a server with the suffix Amazon AWS.com. That is the server name it will have. So here is the name of the SFTP. It is still in the process of creation. So it's not yet started, as you can see the status. While it is getting started, the next thing we have to do is we need to create a user. So let's click on create user. And now if you look at the create user section, it requires an SSH key. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an SSH key. And for this, I'm opening the console window. And here is the SSH key command. So I'll be running this SSH key command. And it will create an SSH key. I don't want to generate any password for this SSH key for the demonstrations. I'm going to keep it as is. So let me just remove this directory or the SSH key, generating the pair key. It already has the key, so let's override that. The key has generated successfully. This is the key which I'll be using for this demonstration. So while creating the user, which is the step number 6, you have to give it a name to the user. So let's give it a name of the user as in the SFTP user, SFTP-user. Define the role which we have created. So let's select the role, the one which we have created, that is the one. And now select the S3 bucket which we have. That's the S3 bucket. Under this particular S3 bucket, this is the directory or the folder we need to have, or any folder which you would like to create. So let's say if I go back to the S3 bucket, I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to define the folder name as images. And then inside this particular folder, I'm going to upload an image. For an example, let's go to the folder. I'm simply uploading a file, an image. So let's say this is the image I have, which is this one. I'm simply uploading that. So inside the image folder, now I have the image which I have uploaded inside the folder. If you look at, this is my image folder, and inside this image folder we have this image added. All right, so that means that I need to use this image folder instead of this particular username. So let's replace this username from this particular directory name so to the directory which we have inside our SFTP. So the username is going to be this, but the directory, which is a home directory, which will be inside this particular S3 bucket, will be images. For the SSH key, we are going to use the publicly available key. So let's use the public key here. So I'm going to define the public key. Okay, so let's open the public key and then simply copy that. I've just copied the public key here, and then simply I'm just pasting it. So the SFTP user is successfully created, and at the same time our SFTP server is also created, and it is status is showing as online. And now this is the user which we have created with the proper role, right? And this is the key which we have uploaded. So if you would like to upload the key later on, you can upload it. If you would like to change the log groups or workflow, you can amend any of these changes later on as well. All right. So our server is successfully created. Now it is time to test the server. Test the server. We need to use the server endpoint detail, which is available here. So this is the endpoint detail which we need to use. For the testing, I'm going to open the command line. Open the command line with the clear option and simply using the SSH command and then the name of the user, which is the SFTP user. Then at the name of the server. Because in this particular location, I already have the private key available. So it should be able to use that particular private key to connect to the SSH. So let me just give it a name of the private key. I'm going to keep the name of the private key as in SFTP _ key. Hit enter and it's trying to connect and say, do you want to really connect? Press enter. So the SFTP is connected now. If I run the ls command, I should be able to see the image which we have uploaded in the S3 bucket. But this time I'm looking at the file using the SFTP protocols, which means that I have successfully created the SFTP server. The same SFTP server I'm able to access from my workstation, which is having, because that SFTP is having the public access, so I'm able to access that. Okay. Now I can also do the SSH using the WinSAP. So if I go to the WinSAP and click on new connection, new session. So in this particular new session, I am going to give it the endpoint details, which is this one, the name of the user, which is this one, and then here in the advanced section, I'll go to the advanced, and if we go to the key exchange authentication on the private key, I'm going to select the private key which we have. Let's select for the private key which we have, which is this one. Upload this. This private key is going to convert into the PKK file, PPK file. It is going to be saved. Let's save it. And with that PPK file, I should be able to connect using the WinSAP option. So let's connect to the WinSAP option. And here's the file we have. Now what I can do is I can simply upload the file from this option. So let's simply just move the file. Okay, the file is moved successfully. Now if I go to the console, which is S3 bucket, I should be able to see that file. So let me just refresh that. And as you can see that the file is successfully uploaded from the WinSAP to this S3 bucket via the SFTP connection. So that is it about this particular demonstration. We have successfully seen how to set up the SFTP using the AWS Transfer Family and how to upload and download the file from the command line as well as from the WinSAP server. I hope you have found this useful and you should be able to apply these changes, or you should be able to create the AWS S3 bucket transfer family with SFTP option. Please do consider subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching it. See you in the next video.